Who, what, where, why, when. Unfortunately, these are the questions that have come to dominate our daily workload. Now, of course, we'd rather be asking questions about speed, timing, form factor, and frankly, what kind of sexy new features we're adding to our newest creations. But effective design data management is a necessity today if you want to achieve your release dates while still incorporating all the originally specified functionality. Functionality that is ultimately what your customers want to buy. As proof of this fact, in a 2011 Aberdeen survey entitled Need to Save PCB Design Time, it was determined that the best-in-class companies, or those that perform in the top 20% of the market, hit their release targets 90% of the time. That's 90%! It's also true that the companies that manage to achieve this tremendous level of performance are 2.5 times more likely to be using version control for each data element of the PCB design. That's 2.5 times more likely. You are using version control to manage your entire design process, aren't you? Well, the typical response we get to this question is usually quite a forceful yes, of course we are. However, if we dig a bit deeper, more often than not what we discover is that yes, they are in fact implementing a form of version control. But it typically consists of save as and then a changing of the file name. Sure, this will give you a history of file name changes, but it doesn't give you the ability to truly understand what changed, when it changed, who made the change, and why that change was made to begin with. Of course not. If you've ever sent the wrong version of design to manufacture, sent your design to the next person in your tool chain, and continued to iterate your design without telling anyone, struggled in keeping all the various elements of your design in sync with each other, or simply missed a release date because you were dealing with data integrity issues instead of designing really cool stuff, then you need to know the pains associated with using an informal version control process. You need to implement a true version control capability across the entire design process. With Altium Designer, you can finally understand and refer back to every design change you've ever made to any element of the design. Merge or combine any of your design changes in any version of your project, both logically and graphically. Implement a true version control capability across the entire design process and do this natively, directly in your engineering desktop. Once again, don't take my word for it. I invite you to look a bit deeper and see for yourself how Altium Designer is doing away with the status quo toolchain approach and putting the focus back on design. Isn't that what got you into this business in the first place?